Coach, just pitcher's duel. You came out on top. You broke the hump at Salford to get to the finals.
Yeah, I anticipated it being a low-scoring game. I didn't think it would be 1-0. I thought our offense was too good to hold to nothing. I thought our offense was too good. I expected something like 4-3, 3-2, something like that. We didn't have great at-bats throughout the game. I credit that to John Gwynns. He was probably the best I've seen him in the however many years he's pitched against us. It seems like 15 years. But we just battled and battled and battled, and right there in the end, 2 outs. First 2 guys get out. One of our senior leaders, it's a double down the line, and Junior steps up, hits a ball to left field, we score a run.
Talk about Blake, especially that 6th inning. That was big time. And with your defense, what they turned.
Well, one thing we've talked about all season, but mostly in the postseason, bad things happen. Bad things happen in baseball games, and you can either separate or you can stay together. I only went to the mound just to remind those guys of that. It wasn't like, they were squaring a bunch of balls up. It was just to remind those guys, stay together, find a way. We got a big strikeout. The next guy hits a hard ground ball. Mitchell does a great job. And we were fortunate. We got fortunate they made a base running mistake. But, that's what happens when you stick together and you believe good things can happen.
I don't know if you got to get any kind of look at them, but any thoughts on Oak Grove?
I saw bits and pieces. They're very talented. I told somebody before the playoffs started that was probably the #1 team I wanted to avoid, simply because they're at the end of the world up there, and it's hard to get information. And I've heard some good things about them. But at this point, we're going to enjoy this till we leave the gates here. We had a coach here to scout them. I've talked to a couple different people, and we'll do the best we can. I've said it all along in the postseason. It's about us playing the way we can play. And we made sure to let our guys know after this game, we didn't play up to our full potential at the plate. Tomorrow's a new day. It's a new opportunity. And like I've been saying, I like us against anybody when we play our best.
Talk about that 6th inning. That was just strange the way they got runners in scoring position, no out. You get out of it, you get the lead-off double at your end, and then aren't able to move it. Just emotions all over the place.
Yeah, and it was one of those crazy games. Coach Stute, I think in the 7th, came over in the top of the 7th and said, we've had some good ones in our time. He said, but this is probably right up there as the best one. And he's right. It just happens. When you're dealing with 14 to 18-year-old kids, you're going to have some wacky things, happen. We had a couple opportunities to get bunched down. We didn't get it done. And it cost us. But it's just one of those games where weird things happen, and a team that stays poised and makes the most plays is going to win.